And those of you who have seen the avatar, you see how this being, the avatar, he rides a bird, and he's connected to the bird in such a magical way. So we are not the animal, we are something far greater than the animal. Whereas the animal is mortal, and it's aging before your eyes, it's weakening before your eyes, the immortal part of you is a light being, energy being, quantum being, immortal being. So the light part of you, which carries the psyche, which carries the mind, the emotion, the tools that we need of mental operation, emotional operation, activity operation, we call those pranas. That light being that you are has phenomenal power to think, to create, to learn, to manifest, to create desires, to create images that can be actualized. It's an amazing being that is inside of you. And if you think of how much you use it, you'll realize how little you use it and how vast the inner power is. So if you look at human beings who are more than normal, supernormal, you see amazing powers in the yogis, in the martial artists, and those who have phenomenal brain power. You too have access to those. But are you curious about who you are? Or are you tied in the trap of the animal body and the play of the senses? Caught up in the nervous stimulation of the senses? Or are you caught in the fascination of the inner world, where you can create magic, where you can wield energies and actualize or manifest things on the earth's plane? And we see that in the stories like wizards, witches, proverbial witches, alchemists. Those are the powers you have. So one of the basic teachings that I've brought to you in practices is how do you get deeper and deeper into the soul awareness, into the awareness of that you're a light being and not mortal. And that's a prayer in the Hindu scripture of the Upanishad, which says, Mrityurma, take away mortal consciousness from me, death consciousness. Amritam gamaya, and lead me into my immortal consciousness. You hear it as well in the Mahamrityunjaya, the great mantra of deathlessness. But the prayer ends with Mamritat. We chant this at the end of this meditation, which says, do not withhold from me my immortal consciousness. Is that prayer part of your soul? Do you really long to know your immortal self, like I did when I was 20? And so much so that it didn't matter what end of the earth you needed to go to, but you would go just to find a teacher or someone who can lead you to that awareness. That's the passion that I had. That's the passion of a seeker. I don't ask you to have that level of passion, but at least try to know who you are. Try to know who you are, and more than anything else, fulfill your life purpose. Whatever your karmic purpose is to be on this earth, fulfill it, that you may be fulfilled. But in today's session, my goal is not to get you to go to the enlightened state. that happens when it will happen. My goal is to take you, guide you to your deepest level of awareness. And from there, channel healing energies as much as you can to your body and the energies of well-being. What gives me the power to guide you? Not the intellect. Because I'm aware of my existence in you. I can feel your energies in the space, whether it's the virtual space or the physical space. And that's no remarkable gift, because you do as well. And you can feel it. If only you seek it. We carry what is called local awareness, the awareness of our existence in the body. And we carry non-local awareness, our connection to the universe, and our oneness with the universe. That's non-local awareness. So sometimes if you think of a friend who lives thousands and thousands of miles away, like you guys, they can pick it up immediately. Yesterday I was thinking of someone in Holland who has been familiar with my projects. I just thought about him. Before the day is done, he wrote me. That means he was so connected to me that the moment I thought of him, he thought of me. And sometimes you know what I'm going to say. You pick it up before I say it. How does it happen? If I'm not speaking inside of you, and you're not listening inside of me. We exist in each other. We are part of each other. But if you're centered in your human senses, you negate that. Some of us, we need to close our eyes to begin to feel that connection. And when we get that connection, even with our eyes open or closed, we can feel it. We already feel it in some small measure because we can pick up the vibes of our people. That's because of our mutual connection. We exist in each other. That is what makes me the guide. Because I can feel your inner spaces and I can guide you from inside of yourself. And if you begin to let go and to realize that this is a possibility, you will begin to feel me inside of you as I feel you inside of me. So today, what I want you to do as much as you can is to channel energies from your centers of power that we call chakras. From the brow downward, these 6 centers. They're called Shad chakras, 6 chakras. The 7th is really the field, the infinite field, the infinite consciousness field. It is not a chakra per se. It is the field. The ego exists here, where the center of the mind is. The mental constructs all carry the ego in them. And those who are liberated in the play, they have an ego because they need an ego to exist. They need an I to support, to channel, to be an instrument. They need an I, but their ego is different. It's spiritualized. It's free. It's unburdened. It's full of light. It's transparent. So we all carry an ego. That's how we can communicate in the play. It's whether the ego is in darkness, or whether the ego is in selfishness, we call that rajas. If it's in darkness, we call it tamas. Or whether the ego is full of harmonious qualities. Qualities of peace, love, and goodness. We call those sattva qualities. And when the ego is in transcendence, the ego is beyond all 3. It can use a quality that appears selfless to help someone, it can manifest to a quality that appears to be dark to help someone, or it can use the quality of the light. So these are the ever-free beings. Does it make sense what I said? Did you consider it a possibility? I hope you do, because that makes this session fruitful, beneficial to both of us. Do I gain something from this? Yes, I do. I become bigger than just Vasudeva, the body. You expand my space. You make me bigger. You make my thought space bigger. You make my consciousness space bigger. Where 1 + 1 can become 1,000,000. Synergy. That is what happens. We all benefit from it. Do I feel the healing power of these spaces? I do, and I love it. So let's go into the inner world. I prefer if you close your eyes at this point, because I don't want you to be distracted by the senses. Now center in the awareness of the human experience. You are in a mortal body. Observe what that mortality is. You can feel the heart beating, the lungs breathing, nervous system firing that gives you feeling through the body. Brain is working. You can feel the erect posture of the body, the bones. You can feel the joints. You are being aware of your body. Now, as you observe your physical body, don't lose that awareness of the body, because it's a way that we can hold the body in our mental field. Why do we want to hold it in the mental field? Because the mental field is a field of energy. If I were to just hold my body in my mental field and hold it with a thought, I love you, my body. That's a very powerful thought that creates a relationship between you and your body. So begin to observe the mental field, hold the entire body in the mental field, and become aware of your breath. Your breath is a movement of energy. Energy opens up the breath, the lungs, and energy pushes out the spent air from the lungs. So just observe the movement of the breath. That influences our mind. If your breath is restless, the mind is also restless. Emotions as well. So when you have a calm breathing rhythm, the mind becomes more calm, the emotions become more stable. And there is more chance of your being completely peaceful. So as you are conscious of your entire body, allow it to relax. Let the face relax and the eyes. Be conscious of your face muscles. Just relax them. Let your eyes relax. Now your neck keeps your head in different positions, so you want to just take any tension off the neck. It's a nice little exercise of moving the neck from side to side, up and down and around, on both sides. And as you do it, just breathe in and breathe out in rhythm to your movements. So they're all meant for relaxation. Go to the shoulders and do the same with the shoulders. Lift the shoulders, rotate the shoulders, until you can actually feel that your shoulders are comfortable and distressed. Let your chest relax, stomach, pelvic area, feel comfortable in your seat. Let your thighs relax, the calves, and the feet. And let your hands relax. Now keep the awareness of the body, a loving awareness of your body, an appreciative awareness of your body. And an awareness of your breathing. Just let the belly breathe as well. Open up the belly to breathe, comfortable. And open up the rib cage, all comfortably. And lift the shoulders to end the breath. Open up the shoulders, lift it to end the breath. And when you're breathing out, let the shoulders drop, let the rib cage go in, contract, and let the belly go in. And take your attention right down to the perineum area, the pelvic area. And now just take a moment to enjoy the breathing, because you're bringing in oxygen to the lungs, and you're also bringing in a prana through energy channels that we call nadis. Left nostril, right nostril, so you're also breathing those. Just enjoy the rhythm of the breath. That is the first healing practice, letting go of stresses. Breathing out stress and breathing into calmness and peace. No haste with the breath. Pause at the end of the out-breath and wait until your body needs a breath. Work in harmony with the body. And when you fill the lungs, pause again until the body naturally wants to breathe out. And then you breathe out. So learn to be aware of your body, not just breathe with your ego intention. Breathe in harmony with the body's needs and feelings. When you open up the belly to breathe, you are activating metabolic power, manipura, firepower in the gut, vitality. Be aware of that. When you open up the ribcage to breathe, that's the emotional center. Allow yourself just to enjoy as you open up the chest, breathing with love. As you come to your throat, throat is the center of deep silence. Hold the awareness of silence as you reach your throat. And as you bring your awareness to the eyebrows, the focusing center, you want the mental center, you want to hold the awareness of peace. Restfulness of the mind. So stay in this practice and hold your entire body in the loving awareness, appreciative awareness of gratitude. That's for well-being. Stay in that space of well-being. Know that we channel love through the hands, so if at all you feel inclined to open up the space to loving being, open up the palms. Because energy flows through the palms, the center of the palms. And as you begin to do this, become aware of the evolutionary energy inside of us that we call Kundalini, Mother Kundalini. She begins to guide your movement, so you'll find that your movement becomes a little more automatic, more effortless, if you can begin to feel the effortlessness of movement, know that you are in a space of grace. And for those of you who can feel that magical center of the brow that stimulates brain, after a while, with the blessings of this energy and activation, you can tap into the ecstasy centers of the brain. That's what happens to me when I get there. It can happen to you as well, because we are in the same field. And that's where meditation becomes ecstatic. So enjoy opening up the belly to breathe, so you can feel the metabolic power in the body. The body feels warm, comfortable, like if you were at a fireplace. When you come into the chest, there's a beautiful feeling of loving as being, not needing anything to love, feeling fulfilled in loving as being. That's a beautiful healing energy that comes into your space. And because you're body aware, it goes to every cell. And when you go to the brow, that beautiful feeling of ecstasy and restfulness can come into the mental space. Some of us, if you want to use a mantra in the mind, just to keep the mind in the present moment and energize and focus, you can use Soham mantra, the mantra of the breath, breathing in So, the sound to the sound of So, and breathing out to the sound of Hum. Let the breath become habituated to these sounds. So means the universe. So you're breathing into the center of life itself, that's So. And Hum means the individual, the animal. You're breathing out to the animal and to the space. You're breathing out to yourselves and to the space. That's a Hum. Individuality. So is infinity. So you have a mergence, a oneness of the infinite and the finite. Stay with me, stay with us. It's a co-created space. Stay in lovingness, stay in restfulness. Stay in healing, in well-being. And so you are in the healing space. Now let's stay in the space with me. I'm going to become silent now. If you feel the desire to hold your breath in the belly or in the chest or in the throat, you can do so. Because it impregnates a prana into the body. Or if your breath is becoming suspended and you feel a total peace, just let it be. The body knows when to breathe again. And if there's any part of you that is stressed or in disease, breathe into that part of you and visualize in your mental field well-being, wholeness. So in your soul being, you're creating a resonance of well-being. And that begins to resonate strongly in the field of the body. That's a tremendous healing practice. Open up your consciousness to the space around you. Come into the collective, to the awareness of the collective energy space, the non-local field. And begin to feel the tremendous energy support that offers just to be in this space. And it's the whole idea of unity consciousness. We thrive at that. Open up your awareness to the field. Let us be healthy. Let us be whole. Let us be held in the light. Let us all thrive. Let us coexist in a field of peace, love, and harmony. Open up the field. The heart must grow bigger. The mind must grow bigger. The intention must grow bigger. We are one. Many bodies, but one source, one consciousness. Hold this awareness as a truth, as a possibility, as a reality, until you can feel it. It speaks to our existence in each other, our oneness in being. That's why we feel for each other. The Christ said it very eloquently, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Hold the awareness of harmonious coexistence, not only with fellow human beings, but with all of life, every creature on the planet. May we all thrive. May we all coexist in harmony. And you have over 50 trillion body cells. Hold them in your awareness. Feel the warmth of the cells, the presence. And hold them in a field of wellness, well-being. I don't know how much you do this as a daily practice, but now you have the opportunity. Breathe into that awareness of well-being, collective well-being. Into that center, and breathe out into the field. And listen to me as I chant the Mahamrityunjaya. You can do it mentally first. I will chant it 3 times. You join me mentally. See how it feels mentally. And then we will all chant it together. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe. It means I worship you, O omniscient one, omnipresent one. Sugandhem pushtivardhanam. It means, may your fragrance of energy nourish us and help us to thrive. Urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mokshiyam mamritat. It says, let every attachment that is unhealthy and disease fade away from us. Or let go of us in the same way that a cucumber, when ripened, lets go of the vine, the nourishing vine. That all diseases go away, and even the consciousness of mortality, the dying consciousness, let it go. Mrityur Mokshiya. And Mamritat says, grant me immortal consciousness. Again, repeat it mentally with me. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiya mamritat. One more time, say it with me. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshya Mamritat. And now say it together with me, chant it together with me. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And those of you who live in the country, if you can come next week, I want to have Reiki practitioners in here. For those of you who want to be given a Reiki treatment, we'll have a few chairs where you can go to, restricted to Reiki. And whilst the meditation is happening, you will get the Reiki treatment at the same time. So you can meditate plus get the Reiki treatment at the same time. So I'm going to plan that for the next week. Okay? In the ashram in our center here, we are building up for the 40 days, which is going to happen, which is going to begin on March 25th. Incidentally, it is the same calendar in terms of days as it was in 1978, in the original year that I had it. So it began on a Saturday, the first long chant, the Baba Nityananda. So, and it's happening on a Saturday this time. So it brings me back to that year. So you're going to join me in that year. And the workshops in the 40 days will happen during the day. The morning, when I come for the Guru Gita, the meditation is a practice meditation in the silence. But when I come back at 10:30 or so, we will have I'll give a talk then. And little conversation with the talk. And so every 2 days I'll do a talk. And then the third day will become a conversation with you. And then 2 days again, a conversation, and then a free day. The free day will be on a Saturday. And so that would be how the days will go. So we look forward to an amazing 40 days. I'm already in that space. We're creating the information, the info for you. And we're going to send it out so that you can begin the registration process. And the target for this 40 days will be to those who are ready and receptive. It's not just for everybody. We don't want you to waste your time. Those who are ready and receptive to go a little deeper into the practices of Mahayoga as I've been teaching, this is for you. So I will restrict it to those who have been experiencing energy awareness and who want to go deeper into the energy awareness and the chakras and to know yourself deeper. And Mahayoga is an amazing yoga for well-being, for freedom, self-enlightenment, and also for social consciousness, unity consciousness. So it's a magical yoga, and I want to introduce you to the depth of it. So this year I'm focused on the practices, and I'm going to stay with you with the practices until I can see you catching it and going deeper. So I look forward to amazing conversations, and I look forward to really sharing the deeper practices and my experiences with you in a field in a highly energized field where we have those who are receptive and ready for the journey. So that's the plan. So don't think that you're not receptive if you vibrate with all that I'm saying. And if you're not sure whether you're ready and receptive, just write to me. And you can still write to me in conversations at blue-star.org. The emails come to me if you write it in conversations at. And I pick up your email. And so you can restrict the email to me. So with this being said, those of you who are here, you have the joy of enjoying our hospitality at the Wellness Cafe, where you can get the healthy stuff. Of course, the healthy stuff is in our kitchen as well, but this is the extra healthy stuff, the premium. And our health shop is there and our gift shop, all open for your convenience and your comfort. Enjoy our hospitality. Thank you so much, everyone. I see you again for well-being, meditation for well-being on Wednesday. And then I see you for the streaming over the weekend. Okay? Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar.